we have Ayan Tursyn out of Kazakhstan taking on Bejan Mahmoudi as we have two tough fighters coming at you. Mahmoudi is coming out of Sweden, and we are on and popping here. In the yellow is Tursyn. Mahmoudi in the red, and this fight is underway, and I believe this is the first time we've ever covered an IMAF matchup. And Casey, I know you've had experience with them in the past. I have as well. What a great organization, and so many great fighters are coming up through those ranks.
Undoubtedly, and what IMAF does is it allows these fighters from countries across the world to come together and compete against one another for the first time. And you see right here, Tursyn there in the gold on a 5-fight win streak coming in this. She is heralded as one of the top prospects. Her opponent, she is Mahmoudi. She is also on a win streak. She's coming off of a big win. And you see there, Tursyn with the takedown right into the guard.
Well, we had talked about before with Kazakhstan just in general. We've covered some of their fighters. Just an underrated hotbed of fighters there in Kazakhstan. Great talented fighters. They have great striking and great wrestling. But look at that. Mahmoudi coming around the back. Great transition and great reversal.
Beautiful grappling seen here in mixed martial arts competition. And that's something you're going to start to see a lot of coming forward, is this progressive style of fighting. Particularly, this is not only IMAF, but this is IMAF WMMA. You know, so these competitors really showing out here. Mahmoudi making a good push. But Tursyn also being very, very cautious here, grappling hard. But she has caught in a tough spot here. Those are big shots, Cyrus.
Oh, my gosh. Look at that. Piston-like lefts and rights. Great ground and pound from the back. Looking like an absolute savage with a minute to go here in round number one. This is amateur competition, but I'll tell you this. When you get to this height of the rank here in IMAF, you're talking about some incredible athletes.
And Mahmoudi, as I mentioned, highly touted, but she is in some trouble right now.
Now, Mahmoudi landed him, Case. I mean, Tursyn is about to be in big trouble here because she's looking at an RNC, and it's going to be how she handles this very tough situation. Tursyn, of course, like you said, on a big roll right now. This would be a momentum killer for her here in her amateur career.
You see the body lock implemented there by Mahmoudi, who continues that ride here on the back. Tursyn continuing to base up, trying to escape this position. She is still in this fight, but undoubtedly Mahmoudi making her mark here in the first round.
You know, it's how things change very, very quickly. We've seen both ladies in some great spots here. Nice knees there to the body as time runs out on round one. And what a crazy round, man. These ladies did not pull any punches, no sort of hesitation. They look like some real veterans in there.
Yes, undoubtedly. And as we've talked about, what IMAF is doing to progress, you know that you see a lot of the champions here advancing into Brave and some of the larger organizations throughout the world. And also, let's talk about what goes into competing in one of these tournaments. You're going to weigh in each day. You know, you're competing in a tournament day after day after day, and you're having to make weight. And really, it's one of the toughest processes in the world. And if an amateur athlete can do this, they are undoubtedly ready to move to that next level.
I would agree with you 100% on that. And Tursyn, looks like she may have had trouble there, but she's back up. And, they're in Manama, Bahrain. Spent a lot of time there, and they are very supportive over there in Bahrain. And the group behind Brave Combat Federation have really jumped on with IMAF, and they're really promoting this organization. And like you said, it's a great feeder. I mean, when you have such a great influence on an amateur federation like this, you're going to get some of those top prospects making an easy transition into Brave Combat Federation. So smart move there by Brave.
Both of these ladies light on their feet. Tursyn with a little bit of a higher stance there. Mahmoudi sitting down on her punches a little bit more. But still that early feeling out process here in this round.
No, we didn't even get that in the first round. It seems like they are a little bit more hesitant here. Not quite pulling the trigger, not quite engaging yet after a wild, rowdy round number one. You know, what a trip they have to make. You know, a lot of these fighters and the American teams and from all over the place to get to Bahrain it's not an easy trek. I've made these flights before, and I'll tell you, it is one hellish amount of travel. But to be a part of the World Championships like this, it's a big opportunity, and these fighters are definitely willing to make that sacrifice.
And they are welcomed into their respective communities, always training there. They get their athletes in early so they can adapt to that travel. They really want to do what's best for those competitors. But like I said, you know, preparing for potentially fighting 5 times in a single week, it takes so much mental fortitude and physical ability, you know, physical conditioning.
Sure.
And you can see that the competitors right here are absolutely delivering.
You know, and a lot of these teams have to get sponsors even to make the trip. There's a lot more into it than just the fighting aspect. You got to get to Bahrain. You got to get the fees to be a part of these tournaments. So there's a whole nother level to that. And you see a lot of these athletes raising money just to get this opportunity and to sharpen their wares as they get ready to turn pro eventually. So I think it's a very smart move by a lot of these fighters. If they can organize it and be a part of IMAF and be at these tournaments, all it's going to do is get them ready for the big show and for those pro organizations.
Undoubtedly. And still nothing definitive in this second round. If I had to put my money on one or the other for round 2, I would say Tursyn. She's been a little bit more aggressive in her striking.
For sure. Yeah, this round was just such a direct contrast to what we got in round number 1. It was all the way live there in round 1. Round 2, they go back to this filling out process that they didn't have in round number 1. It's kind of weird. You know, usually it's the other way around. You get the filling out in round 1. Round 2, it's the engaging. What do you think? What do you attribute that to? That's different, right? I mean, we don't often see that.
Well, I think that Mahmoudi, got it to the ground. She was able to transition and get a really good position there. I think that Tursyn was able to adjust. She chose to keep it on the feet and was able to do such. And you see right there landing some big strikes. Now moving into 3, that makes it very, very interesting. I have it 1 round apiece. Very definitive round from Mahmoudi there in the first, however.
For sure, yeah, and I would agree with you on that. And Mahmoudi had a fantastic round in round 1. Tursyn definitely hung in there. Round 2, like you said, maybe Tursyn just on control of the cage and being a little bit more aggressive. I think when everything else is thrown out of the picture, you have to go to that. And I think Tursyn may have edged out round 2. If it is 1-1, this is obviously an incredibly important round, and both corners are going to let these fighters know, how important this round really is regardless. So let's see what these ladies can do here. Big opportunity for both fighters on an international level to really show who they are. In round 3, who is going to make that first move? Who's really going to land the first big significant shot here in the 3rd round?
Oh, look at that. Mahmoudi trying to take it to the ground by any means possible, even lacing up the legs there.
You gotta love the aggressive nature there of Mahmoudi.
And that transition was how she got the back of Tursyn in the first round. And you see her now trying to shake Mahmoudi off, but Mahmoudi locking down tight.
She is a lot of fun to watch there, Mahmoudi. She very, very quick with her transitions. And like you said, she used that exact same series of events in round number 1, and it worked out real well for her.
It's that transition from the ankle lock position right on up to the back, and she is exquisite with that. That's not something you see a lot in mixed martial arts competition. You see that in competition grappling and so forth. That's a really, really great transition. And now you see Tursyn here trying to work out of that position. She's going to need to advance and escape, if you will, because very, very definitive position for Mahmoudi.
Yeah, Mahmoudi is in the driver's seat here with a minute left, especially after a very solid round at number one. Tursyn, this is her, it's either make or break here. She's going to have to get out of this position, land some shots, at least to make things interesting. But right now, she is in defensive mode, unable to get any offense started. Great grip, great position here by Mahmoudi, completely neutralizing her opponent.
Less than 40 seconds left in this matchup as Mahmoudi looks for the finish. And you have to believe that if it ends like this, Mahmoudi is going to advance in this tournament.
Ooh, and just about pulled that arm out. 10 seconds left in round number 3. 10 seconds left in the fight. Great defense by Tursyn. But that is the key word. In defense, not getting any offense. So now we will go to a decision and an impressive look here by both fighters. I think they both have very bright futures. And Tursyn, of course, coming in on that huge win streak. And Mahmoudi now most likely increasing her win streak to 3 in a row. Here at IMAF's debut on Fighting Spirit MMA. Let's go to the decision.
All 3 judges scored the contest. 29 points to 28 points. So you're winner by unanimous decision. And now the 2019 IMAF winner, female Asaway champion world, the record of Sweden.
So there it is. Huge win there by Mahmoudi out of Sweden. Bejan Mahmoudi getting the win here at IMAF.